Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and this week I'm having another go at some nice hand cream boxes. Lovely wee gifts at Valentine's Day or birthdays or just for whatever. I got this one again from Oriflame, Dream Cream Hand Cream you call it. Really, really nice, and it's lovely and tiny, perfect for your handbag or whatever, so it makes a nice wee gift. And I decided to box it up. Put the box closure in there. So I just went like this. The sparkly specialty paper was an old one I got in clearance, so I know there is some sparkly ones in clearance at the minute if you want to check it out, but isn't it lovely with all that dazzle? And I went with the bubble bath pink in this one, and just a wee closure, and inside it just pops open like so, and you've got your lovely wee hand cream. So that's what we're going to make if you're interested. Keep watching. Now, I might need to double that up. My little closure was a last minute thought. I wasn't sure what way to go by closing it. It just needs a wee bit of TLC to get it, and it does slip in nice and easy. So I think it makes a nice cute wee box and a nice wee gift. So this time we're going with different colours. Because this particular cream is like kind of Coastal Cabana colours, I think it matches up here very nicely there. And in that particular glittery pack, you get this colour. It's not exactly Coastal Cabana, but I'm hoping it'll work okay, just to add a wee bit of glitter. So I've punched those out of the Country Bouquet. I'm using the Country Bouquet stamp set as well. And I'm just putting, what did I put? With love, just simple as that. Nothing too extravagant, but the punch is handy for those two hearts. So you need 3 of the larger heart and 2 of the smaller heart. Go with your colour in. You need some DSP, and I've went with the Coastal Cabana, and I'll tell you those sizes as we're going along. For your main parts, you need, I went in white just for the back of it, or for the wrap around, and it measures 6 inches by 4 3/8. And this for the box inside, it measures, where are you, 6 1/4 by 3 1/2. So we're just going to do a bit of scoring to start us off. I'll just use my wee one actually. It should fit okay. So we're going to start with the outer wrap, and you want to start just by pulling it out a fraction, just a fraction from your edge here, just to give you a wee bit of leeway when you're wrapping it around, because the box is going to need a wee bit of space. So you want to score it at 1 inch, 2 1/2 inches, 3 1/2 inches, and 5 inches. And for your box, you want to just score it at 1 inch on all sides. Now this will fit this particular cream, and I'll tell you the measurements of it now. You can see that's going to fit perfectly inside that wee space, and it needs to measure, or your cream needs to measure, I should say, 4 1/4 inches by 1 1/2 inches. So we'll just begin by burnishing this. This is just like a trade box, the bottom of a matchbox sort of type thing. So we're just going to cut those up on all those 4 score points, here and here, just up to the first wee line. I feel a bit of sticky on the scissors here. I need to get them a good clean. So whenever I'm making this type of a box, I like to trim these ones off just ever so slightly to make the whole box sit better. Just the outside of them, not the inside. It should be okay. Sometimes when you're bringing up your sides and this hasn't been fully scored properly, you'll see a wee bit of it sticking up, and you don't want that. So you want it to fit nice, and trimming that off just gives it that wee edge so that it looks good. So we're going to put glue of some sort, whatever you use yourself, on both of these, on both sides. So it'll just sit up. You'll put it in, make sure it's nice and straight there, and the same with the other side. And just repeat that on the other two sides. Now you can see my cream just fits in there perfectly. I could add a wee bit, sort of a bedding of tissue paper to jazz it up a wee bit, but that's up to yourself. So we're going to start doing our burnishing here on these. Just make sure that they just line up nicely on each line that you're turning. Just don't let it go over the edges. Make sure it's just nice. For your closure, you're going to need a piece of the card, a 1-inch circle, and we're just going to pop it in and score it off at 1/2 inch. Just push it right up into your corner and score it. And that'll give you a 1/2 inch which you can burnish. And we're going to set this on our, decide which one you're going for. Keep that. The one that finishes last of your scoring will leave a wee trim line of the green inside, but everywhere else it will be perfect. So this will fold over and this will go down here. So you want to, at this stage, attach your closure to this part. And if we sort of mark the center point, oops, a little avalanche happening here. So we're at just over 4 1/4. Should have been 4 1/4, mind you. 3, it should be 4 3, shouldn't it? Yeah, that's right. So mark yourself a wee center line, which would be 2 and 1, and the center point 2. Oh, it's 1 2 3 8. So about here. Doesn't have to be perfect, just to help you, to guide you when you put a bit of glue on your wee half, just one side of it. And don't have it too thick with glue like I just have. And you want to hold that and guide it so that it's in the center of your line, but up to the edge. And just let it take. Now you want to fold that in so it's sitting along this line here, the last wee score line. Fold it in towards it, and you're just going to mark and set it out so you can see where you're going. You want to have a cut line just to the other side of that. So you've marked that so you know where that should be. And you take this, fold it the opposite way, and just use your scissors, or if you're very good with your Stanley blade or whatever blade you use, cut in just ever so slightly, just to give yourself that gap. But make sure you go up to those points, because you know that your closure needs it. That was really bulky. Don't go as bulky as that. You're not going to notice it anyway. But when that comes across, that will go down, that will go in your hole and hold everything nice and perfect. I really have went too far there. I didn't do it on the other one. I was so much better at it. So now we want to decorate before we put it all together. This is staying the same. So you can turn this to the outside, and you know this is the outside of your box and your papers. I want the darker colour on the outside so that my wee hearts show up well. So you're going to need a piece that goes here and here. You actually need 5 of these, and they measure 7/8 wide by 4 1/8 long. So 5 of those if you're going to decorate the whole box. For the bigger ones, you need them to be 4 1/8 long by 1 3/8 wide. So we're just going to have that all going this way. That one's going to be the same on the inside, isn't it? We're flipping it over. So you need, let me show you, one on the bottom, one on the side, one on the top, and one on the side. So it's 4 on the front. And that will go here. The other one's going to be on the inside. So I'm going to stick those in place. Make sure I'm doing that right for you. Yep. So leave that one blank at the minute and stick all these in place. So we've that done on the outside, so now we're going to decorate the inside. So just flip it over. The one with the wee closure, you're putting your opposite directional paper. So there, and leave this one empty for the time being. Just stick those in place. Just realising I put that in the wrong place. This one is actually sticking to the side of your box, so you don't need any on it. We're saving that piece for here, and we decorated it to like the same as the inside. So you're skipping 2 at the bottom, okay? So just keep putting those on. We're on our third one here. And if your paper is running one particular way, make sure you keep it all running the same way then. So this one will go at the bottom here, which we can stick in place now. Which will cover up part of my bad cutting there, thankfully. So now we want to attach our box. And when you're attaching it, you're going to put glue on the bottom here, and then we're going to stick it here. But we need a slip where there's no glue and where this line is. So don't add glue, you know, give yourself a wee space there. You can draw a wee pencil on just to make sure you don't put your glue and put glue everywhere else. Probably maybe use a stronger glue for this one, just to make sure it all sticks. I mean, it's not going to fall off, so don't worry about being too far out from that line. Just, it's better to have space for your closure to go in than not, you know. Okay. So you want to line this up as best as you can, so it's even on both sides. Pull that up so that you can pull them all up. And just make sure, position it with your fingers, just make sure you're happy with everything and that your closure is going to work before you go much further. And I recommend you using your pokey tool and just sliding it in onto it, just to give it a wee raise, because it wants to sit flat like the rest of it, but you don't want it to sit flat. You want it to sit up so that slides in nicely, like so, and that gives you your nice wee box. It should all take nicely. So I'm just going to put my hands in here and just give it a good press. And then we can pop in our nice wee present. Flip it over, do your closure. It just takes a couple of wee goes for this to give, but it will give. Just don't be afraid to force it. And you can see it just slips in nicely. Just make sure that it's all lining up nicely. And then we want to decorate it. So I'm going to need a wee press in there just to make it sit. Right, so where are we now? We're just going to do this. These two are going to be added to with the two smaller ones. Make sure you've got the two big ends of your heart going the same way so that it looks good. So we need some dimensionals. The half of one should do the, oops, that's not the big one. And that's how I stuck my scissors cutting into this, which I shouldn't do. I have another pair somewhere for this. So raise those up at the back. I'm going to cut another wee bit here and cut it in half, just to add these two smaller ones, which we've flipped over so that I'll be sure to get it right. Otherwise it'd be opposites. And this is just plain white card. So get your, and just sort of line the center up and set those on. So you have one there, and the center one will want to do a wee bit of stamping. And the center, keep it going the same shape as well. And as I say, we're just going with love. And what did I say this colour was? Coastal Cabana. And we're just going to stamp that in the center. With love. And we'll put a wee one on the back of him too. And just start off with your center one. Just overlap, isn't that what I did? Overlap the bottom one and tuck the other one underneath. And there we have nice wee romantic boxes for gifts. Let's see if this one's going to close for me. There we go. Patience. So that is me. If you've any sparkly paper, I know there's lovely gold and silvery paper at the minute too. So just make sure your box is not protruding, and hope you like it and have a wee go at it, and I'll catch you all again soon. Thanks for watching now. Bye.